Future Shapers program is a academic program that focuses on hands-on, project-based, skill-based learning experiences for students in the CTE programs in Fontana Unified, but also to expose students to more than just skills that are specific to their particular industry focus. Future Shapers came to be through a collaboration with Hillary Wolf, the director of the CTE program. Her desire was to bring work-based learning experiences to students who might not otherwise get them because of the obstacles and difficulties there are in gaining those kinds of experiences out in the field.
You get used to it, you get into the flow of it, it becomes part of you, you begin to love it. And it's real simple. After that, you just go to work. It's the end. You see those? So those iron workers will sit up there and physically attach those 3 points. Also do reinforcing bar. So all of those things get welded. The majority of what we do, probably 70% of it, is going to be structural steel. You're welding those I-beams to the structure out there. We're actually building their next steps as they go up. Okay, so far? Yeah? All right, let's go over here. Weighs about 14 pounds a foot. What happened? What happens if you're trying to carry something right here for a long time? Yeah, your arms get tired, you get burnt out, and you gotta remember, you have to do this job for 8 hours a day. Are you gonna be able to hold something here for 8 hours a day?
Today, we're going to create first a pneumatic actuator, and then we're going to convert it to a hydraulic actuator, okay? Before we do that, we're going to take a little art test. Art test.
Yeah.
This is food grade stuff.
Okay, I made like a purple. Purple.
Good job, everyone. Okay, so we're using the pressure of, well, first our muscles and our body to create force upon the plunger, which is using the pressure of air to make movement, to create force. So this is an actuator. It's a very simple actuator, and to be more specific, what kind of actuator is this? I might have said it, yeah, pneumatic. It's a pneumatic actuator. What's the difference between a hydraulic actuator and a pneumatic actuator?
Liquid.
What is it?
Liquid.
Liquid.
I joined Future Shapers to be part of the team, to do stuff that I like.
Sure, this is submerged. You're going to get air bubbles. And you'll probably get air bubbles regardless. So when it was filled with air versus when it was filled with water. It's more resistant? Okay. What else? It feels stronger? Actually, yes. Yeah.
It's essentially a platform manipulated by actuators.
Excellent. Did everybody hear that? She's texting her friend about what a Stewart platform is, I'm certain. A Stewart platform, say it again.
It's essentially a platform that can be manipulated by actuators.
It's a platform that can be manipulated by actuators.
We can then have it like
I joined Future Shapers because I really like to do architecture, and they had said that they needed a lot of architectural ideas for the Downtown Fontana. I also joined it because I thought it'd be a really good way to get my foot into the door when it came to the industries I want to work in, especially with meeting a lot of different members of the community.
Shapers came to be because we were looking for a way to provide work experiences for students that were meaningful and authentic. Employers kept talking about they wanted students who could be interns, but getting internships is really difficult because kids are in school till 3:30, and so they don't have a lot of time to give. And then from the employer's perspective, it means they have to have somebody chaperoning that student all day, so they can't really afford to give up an employee to do that.
So you can see each axis is moving, and the ball is balanced. Let's give them a big round of applause. Good job, you guys. Well, it took the longest to come together. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right? It was like they were...
Mine's hello.
Everybody wants internships, but they don't think about the practicality of it and that it's challenging. So we thought, well, what if there was a way that we could bring employers to us? And so the Innovation Empire had just opened, and we thought that could be a great place for maybe a master class, and that was where it started.
Just give you a quick overview of what today's going to look like, and then I'll introduce our guest speaker. Today we will have a quick overview of the parcels of land that Fontana is asking us to generate ideas for the use of, and how that best can be used to entertain, attract, retain citizens of Fontana. Future Shapers came to be through a collaboration with Hillary Wolf, the director of the CTE program. Her desire was to bring work-based learning experiences to students who might not otherwise get them because of the obstacles and difficulties there are in gaining those kinds of experiences out in the field. So I think you're going to be fascinated with the project that's about to occur. I think you're going to be fascinated with the information that you're about to receive from Phil. So with that, let's give Phil a big round of applause.
Hey everybody, I think fascinating is a bit of a leap, but I'll do my best to at least keep you interested. We talked a little bit about the kickoff, at the kickoff meeting of this program a month or so ago, about the city portion of your project. So just as a 30-second recap, the city council and city staff are undergoing a major revitalization effort of downtown. Once you have your entitlement in place, you have the legal right to do what you want with your land, as long as it meets the standards of the development code. So the general downtown area, although it's highlighted in yellow here, is really from Juniper to Mango Avenue. That's the area that we think needed the most revitalization efforts. So what it is, and the city will contribute the land, the city might even contribute money to help the development. But the goal is to get 200 to 300 new apartments in this area.
We're going to jump into an activity that, like every other activity, is unlike any activity that you have done thus far.
So, today what we're going to do is we're going to learn a little bit more about circuits. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our simple circuit. So this one for now, you should all have some scissors, you should have a coin cell battery each, you should have your LEDs, different colors, and then a spool of copper tape. And then I'm going to cut that much. I'm just going to rip it off.
That's like I love .001.
Okay, what should they be touching?
The
copper
They should be making contact with the copper tape.
I joined the Future Shapers because it had completely interested me to redesign an entire city, and I had many ideas to figure out what can make a town beautiful.
Strip covering both of them, right? Because then we're closing off our circuit before we actually complete it. So there has to be LEDs on your circuit, right? But right, it's gonna be very thin. So what do you think you can do?
A couple of little videos I want to show you that describes what Pepper's Ghost is. Okay? So let's watch these videos now.
Pepper's Ghost was a Victorian theatrical illusion. The audience saw a ghost suddenly appear on stage with a strange transparent quality which instantly disappeared soon afterwards.
Okay, who knows what Pepper's Ghost is? Not quite clear yet, right? But what, if you were to say in kind of general, what is it? They do. It's an illusion. It's a special effect. They make the background really stark contrast with patterns, right? Because where it's dark, you kind of see the image a little more clearly, and where it's light, it's a little harder to see, and it creates the transparency effect that makes it look like a ghost. Your electrical circuit knowledge will come into play with that kit, okay? Because you will have to light your inanimate object in order for the illusion to work, okay? And how you light it, and where you light it, and the colors you use, all make a difference in the effect. For those of you who said present, we're going to do it in more of the hologram. The Future Shapers project became bigger than what we expected it to originally be. The backdrop is set up here. And when you look through the hole, you see the reflection of this onto the glass, and behind it you see the background. As I contemplated some of the ideas for the design challenge, the big picture challenge of the program, I realized there was an opportunity for students to impact their own local communities. It's angled this way rather than this way, right? And so the piece of acrylic has to be 45 degrees to the audience, where they're viewing it from, and in relationship to the content that's being displayed, okay? So the first step in all of this is for you just to build your box.
She cut the wrong piece.
My most memorable experience was the ghost pepper.
My most memorable experience was doing the ghost pepper.
The ghost pepper was like creating like, it's like a video, but like it's reflecting off like a mirror or glass window.
What I had done with me and my crew is I was playing tag basically.
So what me and my group did was just like kind of play tag, running around. It was pretty fun.
I thought it was pretty wholesome to do something like that, and it made me feel bonded with the people around here.
All right, give me a little feedback. How'd you like that? How'd you like that project? It's fun. How many of you who did the present project, now that you've seen it, wished you did the past project? Yeah? Well, the Future Shapers program had dozens of objectives, really, that I was charged with executing. So not only did we want to make the project an opportunity for students to engage with other students from other pathways, but we also wanted an emphasis on design thinking, on creative problem solving, on hands-on project-based learning opportunities. And the intermediate challenge is to build a miniature golf course. Your team will be designing one hole of the miniature golf course.
My most memorable experience was probably starting the golf course project.
All right. We're going to do 3 40-minute rotations. 3 40-minute rotations. It's going to happen 2 teams in each rotation.
Right. And you have 2 of those ports.
You said RGB
RGB and negative.
I joined Future Shapers because I heard it's an opportunity to improve myself as a person, as an individual. So I became interested in the opportunity to just getting better.
You have a sound sensor. So whenever you snap in front of it, or you clap, or you talk in front of it, it will activate something. We're gonna go ahead and start by learning how to operate our LEDs. So go ahead and grab a single color LED. You have a yellow one, then your yellow wires. We're gonna put a pause in between that. So go ahead and put a pause. There should be a. So go ahead and plug those into the green port, either port number 1 or port number 2.
I joined Future Shapers because Mrs. Griffin, my technical theater teacher, she suggested it, and she thought that it would be a good program to get experience with different things like 3D printing and laser cutting, and just learn different things and work with other students from different schools that are in the same district, and to just be able to have a say, because she knew that the project we would be working on is renovating downtown Fontana, and since we live here, she just thought it would be a good experience for me, so I listened to her and decided to sign up.
Go ahead and connect your LED light.
Okay, thank you.
So everything that's under, we're going to take that out.
The reason I joined Future Shapers is just to gain more knowledge and experiences on things that I don't learn at school specifically. And just to have that knowledge, I think it's just really important.
The most memorable experience I've had is it was citrus. We went to citrus for the woodworking, and that was probably the most hands-on experience I've gotten, and I got to learn something new too.
My most memorable experience was woodworking, and we were designing our mini golf course challenge, and my group was given Monopoly, so we were getting a miter saw and sawing angled pieces to elevate a base for the mini replica.
Not your rotation.
I joined Future Shapers because I did see that it was a STEM program, and I wanted to be more interested in STEM and STEAM in general, and we don't really have like a CTE pathway at our school for that. So the closest thing we have is robotics club, so I thought it was a great opportunity to join.
Together, I think everybody kind of has like a pair. So if you want to work in pairs or even like trios, you can do that as well. That way, one of you can be in charge of the code, another can be in charge of the actual design, and then the other one can help with building. But that way we'll all be successful. We have to do a little bit of math, right? Because we are working in milliseconds. We are also having to find the beats per minute of the song. So you have to do some division so that you can convert it to milliseconds. So you have to do a little bit of trial and error. It goes from 0 to 180 because that's a half circle. So what you have to do is in this hummingbird column, you're going to drag out the position servo, not the rotation servo, the position. And because I asked you to plug it into port number 1, we are coding to port number 1. Top of that chain of code.
I joined Future Shapers because I'm a downtown resident of Fontana, and I wanted to improve our conditions, as I feel like our downtown city needs more people to come in. That way the city makes a lot more money than it already needs.
Back and forth motion, the only thing that you really have to figure out is the timing. How fast it has to hit your drum, how slow it has to hit it, and if there's like some weird pause like in the song, and then continuing, right? So what Joe has is a box for you to pick your song. So one of you just go ahead and grab it, and that's going to be what you're going to have for your table.
And not least, let's see what song you got. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Classic.
Oh, we have.
I contacted the mayor of the city of Fontana and shared with her the vision of what this project could be, and asked her if there was an opportunity for us to collaborate with the city for students to really transform the future of the city of Fontana.
They were built these satellites back in the day. Anybody notice what they're missing? Safety, right? Or kind of pictures were striking. One of the signs on there, I think we have it here. It says, "Thanks to Hoffa, I can have steak for dinner." And that's only because he was able to have a good living wage, right? So he didn't have to live in poverty. You guys get to have that right and have that fight. And by working together as a team, you guys will accomplish more together, right? So you'll see that today in your challenge today. I can't wait to check it out. It looks like a lot of fun, but keep that in mind. Unions are a team of people that work together to expand the rights of others and to move everyone forward.
Memorable experience was when we went to the Teamsters Academy. I learned a lot over there about what it meant to be a union worker.
So as you go into your challenge today, remember working collaboratively as a team, you guys can work and get things done faster.
The last mini challenge of the Future Shapers series, okay? Today's the last mini challenge. So the mini challenges are the ones that we do, we start them in a day and we finish them in a day, right? They're done and over. The mini golf challenge is the more intermediate challenge that won't last, really, really long, but it's over multiple days. And of course, the Downtown Fontana project is something that, whether you know it or not, something you've been working on this whole time. Okay, whether you know it or not, you've been working on that project the entire time you've been in Future Shapers, because everything you've done will support you in accomplishing that challenge, because there are specific tasks that will need to be done in the Downtown Fontana Arts and Entertainment District Challenge that you'll require that prior knowledge in those mini challenges to complete. Okay?
You'll see that there are different colors and there are different numbers. It's 1 and 2. From now on, we'll just call it A and B. So 1 is A, 2 is B. Your task is to program your bots to autonomously travel from your point A to your point B. So if I have an orange bot, you are going to start at number 1, and then you're going to end at your orange number 2. So that's your point A and your point B. For those of you that have a B sticker, then on the way back, okay, so from 2 to 1, and you can see that my Megabot is off the road, right? I only programmed it to go straight. I didn't program it to go to the right. But
The
what
most
I'm
memorable
gonna
moment
show
would
you
be
is just
probably
how to program it to go straight. I'm gonna give you the
the
basics.
funnest one was
I'm
doing
the
gonna
cars
give you,
when we went over to, I think it was called the Union, and we had to, I guess, maneuver cars and code where they're going, and I think that was really fun. It really used a lot of teamwork, and we had a good result.
Are they running at the same speed?
My most memorable experience was when we went to the Teamsters Union building and we got a tour there to see like what they did, and they talked to us. And then we also got time to work with coding with robotic cars, and they had laid out like a little roadmap design of downtown Fontana, and we had to code the cars to be able to move down the streets and make the turns, but we had to work along with other teams to make sure the cars weren't hitting each other, and to make sure the timing of everything was correct.
As I'm describing to her the vision for what this project could be, I just saw the smile on her face grow and grow and grow and grow, and pretty soon there's 4 other people in the room. She's asking me to share that vision with the rest of the people in the room, to which their smiles on their faces grew and grew and grew. And come to find out, they were already engaged in a process where they were designing a future downtown of the city of Fontana with an arts and entertainment focus. Phil is the person who basically oversees anything development related in the city of Fontana. And so the city really gave us the task of our Future Shapers students designing the city of Fontana's downtown arts and entertainment district for people from the future, for people who wouldn't necessarily engage in the activities for another 5 to 7 to 10 years. It's his project, and he's been so gracious as to support us in supporting them, really, right, in the creation of our design. So I've asked Phil to just take us on a little almost field trip throughout the city without leaving the building, to share with us a little bit more about the different specific areas and what some of this information on these posters mean.
If you guys have jobs, you probably can't play football on the Saturdays because that's your prime time to be able to get employment. Sierra Boulevard and Florida Boulevard are that for the city. Those are our primary opportunities to earn money so we can provide services. So what the council's investing in doing is creating a venue in honor of him so he'll come and play, and so he'll attract other artists of that caliber. It's not intended, the city's never gonna make a penny on this, but it's creating a spectacle. People that are fans of Sammy Hagar will fly in from around the world to see a concert in such a small little venue.
What will people of the future want for the city of Fontana? Answering that question really was the driving force behind all of the activities and lessons the students engaged in. Finding an opportunity for students really to take their own experiences, their own backgrounds and unique interests and talents and passions, and coming together to share their best ideas of what would be best for the city of Fontana.
There's 220,000 of you, so you're a major city. There's 1.7 million people in a 25-minute drive from here. So what will it take to draw that? Their office or apartments above. But I think, Ryan, just want to make sure that you guys understood what the acronyms mean and be available if you have any questions about what zoning or what your parameters or what your opportunities and constraints are. Happy to answer any questions. We're happy to lead you to your wonderful project.
It's just going straight, that's boring.
No, it doesn't have to go straight, but it should be like, there's different little sections.
Oh?
So maybe like, you can have like a hole here and like.
I had the idea of.
So your requirements, another information including
Shipwreck zone pass.
images.
And if you're lucky enough to land in this hole,
Originally, we thought of Future Shapers as shaping students' futures who participated in the program. But in reality, what it comes down to is really shaping the future for an entire community, shaping the future of entire generations of people who not only learn in the city of Fontana, but also work in the city of Fontana, and those who will visit the city of Fontana.
Okay, so it's just why I joined Future Shapers was I saw it as an opportunity to do something bigger rather than just going to school. While that is a good opportunity in itself, I feel like Future Shapers was a chance to give back to the community and kind of do a lot for the community and just Fontana.
Top, you'll see the number of respondents that we had. It's not a huge pool of people that we were surveying, but I think we got meaningful results anyways. So 22 of these respondents were under 18 years of age. 4 of them are 18 to 24. 3 of them are 35 to 44. And 3 of them are 45 to 54. All of them residents of Fontana. 17 males, 15 females. Because we're on a very, very short timeline now, we have to make some decisions today. We have to make some decisions about how we're going to use each of these parcels of land. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4 are represented on these 4 posters here. We have to decide, how are we going to use this?
As a library, like the homing of multimedia,
Yeah.
it would have been fitting if 1 or 2 would be within that concept.
Maybe since this is educationally focused,
Yeah, and also for the
I think this is part of what you're saying, right? Yeah, if this is educationally focused, maybe the best use of these spaces is also educational, which jumps over into this idea of cultural, museum-ish.
There used to be like a lot of unused buildings. I think
Yeah,
that's
this
all
is, it looks like it's all commercial. There's a little parking that exists right here, right? It's split in half with this alley. And it looks like a lot of commercial buildings that face, you know, these ones face Sierra and these ones face Nuevo. I think it's kind of a given that we have to have a miniature golf course in there, which is great that we're already designing that element. But I think we also have to have a movie theater in there. Because this is Fontana, probably a large fountain, right? Or maybe even several fountains. Maybe this is the hub of the hub and spoke, and this is where people start to choose their adventure of what they're going to do for their entertainment. Remember, he wants to bring in money. He wants to keep people here. He wants them to not go to Victoria Gardens.
I never see. I would think if you want to be good, I'm like Victoria Gardens. I don't think I want to. Me personally, I wouldn't want to live in a hub of entertainment because it's the number one thing I want in my house is privacy.
Yeah.
I would like privacy in my house, so definitely I wouldn't have it as 4. Or you see 2 streets or 6 where there's a little metro link coming across and you hear that train. I guess I wouldn't want to have housing at 6.
What do you guys think about that?
8, I recognize.
I joined Future Shapers because it was offered to me as an opportunity. Through Mr. Sandler, he sent us the email and they told us we would be able to help out the city in our own specific ways with our own special talents, and we would be able to contribute to a greater cause.
Want to see what people are willing or can essentially do. So we can't just, like, I think, do it blindly. Just put a bunch of retail, a bunch of movie theaters, attract money that's not here.
But also don't forget, this is...
How many tiers are they going up as far as structure? Is it just a...
We've learned so much from this year's Future Shapers Academy program. We've learned things to replicate, and we've learned things to never do again. And what's exciting about this is that Future Shapers is really never intended to be a one-year program. The Future Shapers of today are really shaping the Future Shapers of next year and the years beyond. Really, we should start gluing and assembling and painting and stuff. I suggest you paint before you glue it on, right? Like, then you're not confined to having to like work around the rest of it. And we wouldn't be moving more.
I think one of the things we learned was that it's challenging to try to do something after school that cut into the school day because the students are leaving their classes, and that's upsetting some teachers. So what we really want to do is make it much more homegrown, so that students don't have to travel somewhere in order to get this experience. It can be happening at their own campus.
Peter, like, have you been out by the Lewis Library? You can still kind of see over here, so we don't want anything like obstructing the view too much.
Do you think this is kind of slight?
I'm also hoping that the students are able to use their individual skills and see how it complements somebody with different skills in trying to solve a problem, because that's real life. In real life, I come with specific knowledge and skills, you come with different knowledge and skills, and I need to be considerate of what you know when we're trying to solve a problem, just like you need to be considerate of what I know, and that's how people work together. So I wanted students to get that real experience.
Space, I have spare space.
You have to think like.
So this is like the middle side, right? Like the inside, you know what I'm saying?
I think something I'll take away is because on the first day we just kind of like jumped into it, met different people from different schools, and we just had to like start working with them even though we didn't know them. And I think one of the biggest things I'll take away is being able to build the relationships that quickly, because now those people that I was working with I'm friends with.
So I think I got it up to scale.
Some things I will take away is definitely the teamwork. I made a lot of new friends, I made a lot of new connections, and I learned a lot more than I do in school.
Some of the things I'll take away is definitely the people that I've met and the different industries that I've been exposed to. There are some industries I didn't even think of when I came here, especially the entertainment industry. I didn't realize how much it was heavily based in electronics and engineering. I think that's one of the main things I'll be taking away from here and all the different places I can look at for employment.
But this would be so easy to create in Tinkercad, make it the right size. So the long-term design challenge was for students to develop miniature models that represent what they want to see in the downtown Fontana area to meet people's needs for arts and entertainment. In pursuing that goal, students have learned 2D and 3D digital design. They've learned elements of video production. They've learned about engineering. They've learned about coding and programming. They've learned about robotics. They've learned about special effects. They've learned to paint. They've learned to sculpt. They've learned a variety of skills that may or may not match the actual CTE pathways that they're in currently. But all of the students have been able to contribute their own special talents to execute a program and a project that I think is transformative. I've spoken with other city leaders who want us to replicate this project in their own cities. And so I just want to thank the students of the Future Shapers Academy for allowing us to conduct this experiment with them to see how we can use high school students to transform their communities, not only in the city of Fontana, but maybe nationwide.
What I would tell the future Shapers about this program is that it's something to really look forward to. You get to have a whole bunch of little projects you get to do, and you feel like you're a part of Fontana way more because you're possibly helping do a future change.
I truly recommend it if you really want to expand the creativity and your workability, so that way you can feel more productive and honestly just bond with the people around you, because it's truly fun.
I would say if you seek opportunity and gain experiences, it's the best place to come.
To my future students, I would say this is a really big commitment. If you were to do it, you would have to put away a lot of your time for it and a lot of effort.
To the future students considering joining Future Shapers, I would say don't be nervous to say your ideas and to pitch in with the team. It's really all about teamwork, and so your ideas are valuable and important.
Just be ready for the challenges. There's a lot of challenges that are going to be faced, but that's the whole point. You learn from the challenges. There's no losses, only lessons.
Take opportunity and be happy that you are going to help renovate Downtown Fontana and build upon our ideas at first, maybe improve upon them.
Future Shapers is a really good program. It's really helpful to teaching students a lot of new things, like I said, teamwork, leadership skills. But while it does that, it also gives back to the community. It's doing a lot for students and for Fontana.
To definitely give it a try and to stick with it, because in the end it really is an amazing opportunity and something that I definitely don't regret doing, even though it was a lot of work getting it all started. I would definitely do it again, and I recommend that they give it a try.
My advice to future students who want to join Future Shapers is that you shouldn't really compare yourself to others who might know more about a certain topic than you. Just have fun and do your own thing. You're learning as you go, and it's going to be easier for you.
I think in Future Shapers you get to make a lot of connections, you meet a lot of new people, and I would recommend, although you might not seem all that interested in what's going on, you're going to learn a lot. And everybody here is just completely very nice, very generous, and always looking to help you. So I would say never be afraid to ask for help, and just always be, I guess, eager to learn more every opportunity.
To incoming students that want to join Future Shapers, I'd say know what you're coming into and be ready to learn things that you've never learned before.
What I'd say to future students who would want to join Future Shapers, to definitely be able to speak your ideas, have good wording to explain your ideas, and make friends.
The energy that this whole program has, they're very outgoing and they're very willing to hear all your answers and understanding, and teaches you so much about life, not just school. You get to learn about trying to do your own business, or you get to learn about how trying to have a survey that I feel like schools don't really do, but they give a lot of outside world problems that they teach you.
I would tell students who were thinking about joining that this is a great opportunity to get some real hands-on experience, to meet people from other schools who have similar skills and different skills, to work together as a team and to be part of something real and authentic that's going to actually impact their day-to-day life.
Before you leave your rotation,
model that I'll hand it over to the rest of the team to make introduction, and then this is going to not so important in that one.